Would you like your international operations, specifically your international back office operations, to have critical mass, segregation of duties, and be SOX compliant without adding one single headcount? Hi, my name is Kuyk. I design and implement organization models that achieve efficient use of global back office functions. The basic principle is simple. It is the same as shared services without having the resources in one geographic location. The resources remain in their original location but act as one organization regardless of where the resource is physically or geographically located. Think of it as teleworking or telecommuting. The model reassigns the responsibilities within an existing geographically dispersed back office resource pool and eliminates duplicate functions. Through the use of technology, specifically the Internet, the reorganized geographically dispersed resources then act as one seamless virtual shared services organization regardless of where the resources are physically located. This virtual back office supports an entire geographic region, even the entire world if required. The outcome of this model, which I refer to as virtual shared services, will transform your existing back office organization into an efficient, SOX compliant and growth ready team. The advantage of this model is that critical mass and segregation of duties is achieved without relocating or adding one single headcount, whilst at the same time maintaining a local presence. I have prepared a high-level presentation to show how the virtual shared services model works and what is required to implement it. I have used the finance function as my example, and here is my presentation. Typically, as the company expands overseas, we'll find that a handful of islands emerge, all with the same or similar back office functions, doing the same work for the same company in different locations. Most staff functions will experience the same problems: overworked, no time for time off, or even time to go to the dentist, no critical mass, no segregation of duties, not SOX compliant. If we look at the entire region, we find that each country does the same function for the same company for the same reason: duplication. They are all stressed out, cannot keep up with their workload, no room for growth. Seems like we can do better. But how? Let's look at the resources deployed by our company in an entire geography. So instead of having a small number of resources for a particular function in each of the separate countries, we have quite a number deployed for that function on a regional basis. Not only does each country duplicate the process, they each do them differently. We need to standardize the process, set up a standard chart of accounts, deploy a global software, connect them, and start training the resources. So how do we connect these offices around the globe? Well, that's easy. Use the Internet. Most offices now have VPNs and T1 connections, if not better. There are many interfaces for financial packages such as Citrix and so on. It's easy, secure, omnipresent. Use the cloud. Set up your virtual private network, your VPN. Now you have picked your global software package. Make sure you load it on your central server at headquarters, not in the countries. Make sure that accounting changes such as chart of accounts can only be made by headquarters. Centralize your support and maintenance for that package and build strong controls. You now have access to global data at your fingertips. Drill down capabilities, control over accounting and closing processes, but the local accountants are even more stressed and overworked, but they are still duplicating accounting functions, and you still have no real critical mass and probably barely have segregation of duties. Therefore, you are still not SOX compliant, but you have the framework to go the next step. We have now arrived at a critical step in the whole process. We have to assess the talent pool in the region, reassign their responsibilities, and convert their country functions into regional functions in support of the region, build a regional organization, connect them with the IT infrastructure that we have put together, and we arrive at a virtual shared services organization. So in one fell swoop, we have eliminated duplicate functions, established segregation of duties, and made the whole organization SOX compliant. The people within the talent pool generally are receptive to these kind of reassignments, as they are viewed as promotions on account of the fact that their jobs have now become regional and increased in scope. With this virtual regional approach, you end up with an organization that has critical mass, segregation of duties, is SOX compliant and growth ready without adding any headcount, and maintaining physical presence. This is called virtual shared service.